All right, y'all. We are here. We are back with another movie night. For tonight's movie night, we have Full Court Press Season 2, Episode 1 and 2. But for this video, it's going to be Episode 1. Too Much Greatness. Now, for those that don't know what Full Court Press is or means outside of it being a basketball play, Full Court Press is a ESPN docu-series where ESPN documents three athletes and they pretty much give us our day in the life, behind the scenes, who they are, where they came from, their stories, some on court clips here and there, and stuff that we don't normally see on YouTube is documented here in Full Court Press. Now, again, as I said in the intro, this is season two. Season one, they had three athletes. They had Camila Cardoso, Kiki Rice, and Caitlin Clark. You might have to watch that because look, this was $12. This ESPN Plus was $12, so I'm gonna make full use of that $12. So if you see season one on here, you know why. Yeah, this $12 is getting used. But for right now, we're going to focus on season two because we have Flau'jae Johnson. We have Okiki, Kiki, Area Finn, and Hannah Hidalgo. Before we get into this, right, and we're going to get right into movie night because these are an hour plus. So this episode one might be almost an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then episode two, try to keep it within an hour, but I don't know. I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion on who they picked for season two, right? Starting with Flau'jae. I've been knowing about Flau'jae for some time now, for a long time since the rap game. She was on American Idol. She was rapping about positivity, spreading the peace. Put them guns down. I ain't forgot. And ever since then, she done grew up. She done started getting on the court, hit him with the over the head layup. You know what I mean? She got her a national championship in her first year, doing her thing on her podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to it. That's a good sit down and talk, by the way. But yeah, Flau'jae's doing her thing. She's a rapper. We already knew that though. She's been, as I said, she's been on the rap game doing her thing since she was what, 10, 11, 12, 13 in rap battles. So, the rapping, that's genetics. Cause her father, God rest his soul, he was a rapper doing this thing, camouflage. So, camouflage, Flau'jae, kind of named after each other. You know what I mean? Or she was named after him in a sense. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I see a Flau'jae and Dame Lillard collab one day. Maybe, I don't know. But that's Flau'jae. Kiki, oh Kiki. Now, see with Kiki on the other hand, I heard about Kiki, but then again, she was kind of like out the way. Even though she was always really talented, she was always really good, but she was kind of like in the background. And she went to Stanford, as we seen in Dom's podcast episode. Kiki was more in the background of Cam Brink. She did have a really big game. I think it was a few years ago. She dropped her career high. It was like 40, almost 50 points in March Madness, if I'm not mistaken. But when she transferred to USC and she started being a part of Dom's vlogs and we got a chance to really know more about her, I'm like, okay, I like her. I'm like, okay, I mean, she has a lot of badges on Legend. She's pretty. She's tall. She got nice legs. She's a model. She's Nigerian. You know about them Nigerians. Nigerians, African, Greece, Jamaican, Barbados. You from the islands, you have secret badges that Americans really don't have. Even though Kiki is Nigerian American, she's still Nigerian, so she has those badges that a lot of people don't have. Simple. Oh my gosh, what are badges? It's a 2K lingo thing, right? You create a player, male or female player, you give them badges. Like you give a player all the badges on Legend or no badges at all. Kiki has a lot of secret badges that only that islands that they have. You know what I mean? But shout out to Kiki. And then again, she's strong. You see how she threw cowgirl Sophie on the floor today and laughed in her face? Nah, we gotta watch this again. We watched the game. I'm gonna leave the link to the game in the comments. Hopefully this goes on YouTube. If not, that's gonna be tough. Kiki just threw her, just threw her out the way. No, she's strong. She pick anybody up. We seen that at USC. And then laughed in her face. Bro, we love Kiki, bro. Anyway, because I already know how y'all get. Y'all gonna get the, oh my gosh. See, look, that was bull stuff. She should be suspended for that. It was an example of rampant racism by many of the black players in that league. Totally unnecessary. Astro North Wet 636. F up. F up. You're not talking to her, Kiki, like F up. Anyway, that's Kiki. I might have to get a jersey of her. Fine. Maybe. I don't know. Because I'm trying to get at least one thing of my favorite players. My Juju things are coming soon. Trust me. It just got delayed for I don't know what reason. And with Hannah, right? That's the last thing we'll get into movie night. With Hannah, we watched the McDonald's All American game, right? This was like almost 3 years ago, right? The 2023 McDonald's All American game, and she hit that buzzer beater. I was like, yeah, I gotta see her play in college, because that was the first time I've ever seen her play. I was like, yeah, I have to see her play in college and see if she could really keep that up. Like, all right, she hitting threes, hey! She's very expressive in how she plays. Then Notre Dame played UConn in Connecticut. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was just so amazed. I'm just sitting back thinking like there is no way a 5'5", 5'6" Puerto Rican light skin is dropping off page at UConn. I couldn't believe it. That to me was her breakout game. That game in UConn was like, you know how Disney Channel is like my name is such and such and you're watching Disney Channel? That's how that game for Hannah Hidalgo was in Connecticut. Yes, she had the game in France for South Carolina. She did her thing, but that game in UConn, that hit different. And that's the thing about Hannah that I admire about her is that she's not scared. Not to say that other players they get scared, but they don't play the same when they play against high ranked competition. Like Hannah, when she played South Carolina, she did her thing. Played UConn twice in her career so far, 2-0 versus UConn. Played Texas, played USC, and her game elevates when she plays top tier ranked competition. Most players they just crumble under pressure when they have to play those kind of teams and those kind of players. But Hannah, her game is like that level, that Jersey, that New Jersey, right? But I just think with Hannah, like she is the prime example of being nerfed. And when I say being nerfed, imagine if Hannah Hidalgo was 6'2", 6'3". Like Juju, her game, Juju better than LeBron. We didn't already said this multiple times. Her game is more fundamentally sound at 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'1", maybe 6'2". Yeah, 6'2". If Hannah Hidalgo was 6'2", 6'3", playing the way how she plays, well, she giving y'all cold sweats. You gonna be sweating in your dreams, having nightmares about playing Hannah Hidalgo tomorrow. Because you know she's sweaty on defense. And then she's very expressive with basketball, right? She wants to be one of the greatest ever, especially coming out of Guard U, Notre Dame. But the biggest problem with Hannah, though, is that she's a perfectionist. That's why I saved her for last because I can relate to her in many ways. Hannah is a perfectionist, and her perfectionism, I just came up with my own word, perfectionism. It tends to get in her head too much to where she starts to crash out. And that was the biggest thing with Notre Dame for me this year. When they started out that season, they played together. I had them in the Final Four if they played the same way. But I think Notre Dame went away from that recipe and they gave Hannah the keys. They gave Hannah the keys to the team. Olivia Miles was starting to be more pushed on the back burner, and Hannah was pushed forward, especially after her freshman year. They were waiting to see how that would look. Like, man, you got Hannah. She getting all these steals. She averaged 15 steals a game and getting her to almost triple doubles and points, rebounds, and steals. You know, Olivia Miles, she's a playmaker. But you know, she gonna be hee throwing dimes to Hannah the alcohol game. How would that work? And it was working till they went away from the recipe and Sweet 16 came and they lost to TCU. And Hannah started crashing out. So that's the only thing about Hannah is that she's too perfectionist and she's too competitive to a point where it gets in her own head. But anyways, that's how I feel about the people they picked for season two. Again, we gonna watch season one because look, this was told out. This is $12. I'm getting my money's worth. Anyways, let's get into it. Season two of
Full
Full Court
Court
Press.
Press, presented by Lilly, a medicine company.
Let's see how loud this is.
The biggest thing I would love for fans to take away from this series.
Hold on, wait. Gotta adjust the volume first. Cause I do not want this screaming in your ears like, ew, it's too loud.
About me is
I understand. That's why I'm gonna turn this down, or at least to good volume.
Full Court Press,
You know,
presented by Lilly.
get your snacks, get your popcorn, get your beverages. We gonna be here for a while. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause this might be an hour and a half, 2 hour long video. Then we gonna stop this one and then do episode two. Then we're gonna
Medicine
be out of here.
company.
the biggest thing I would love for fans to take away from this series about me is like who I am as a person off the court. They only see what I put out on social media, so getting a different sense of who I am would be the biggest thing for me.
People get to read stuff from the blogs, they get to read the papers, but like, this is really my story.
I hope everyone's just excited to just see the rise of women's basketball, and we're also just so much bigger than just basketball players. We show up every day, but we are juggling all these other things off the court, and I think that's kind of a superpower of ours.
And now, Full Court Press.
Did I say Kiki is a model? Yeah, in the off season with the WNBA, when the season's not around, she's definitely modeling this
Presented
off
by
season.
Lilly.
She got it. Looks like we're starting with Flau'jae first. I don't know what's going on. Look, this is my first time watching this, so I don't know how they gonna do the format or anything. I'm just watching it for the first time. Everybody else.
Watching this game, watching all my mistakes.
Here's Flau'jae Johnson, lost the handle, Martin, and gets fouled by Morrow.
Gotta check my settings, make sure that we good, you know. Not out here sounding
I
crazy.
watch this back like 30, 40 times. You just remember.
Johnson, what a steal.
Oh my God. Oh, why did I throw that pass? Oh.
The Hawkeyes are headed back to the Final Four.
This is that game where Caitlin Clark went off on LSU. Had like 40 something. That was tough. I mean, I had LSU winning that game. So, a little tough to see Caitlin Clark dropping them off like that. The Jersey bite.
It's just like, I get the chance to do this again. Be better, play better.
Best of both worlds. Check out her podcast. She's doing her thing.
Play. I'm ready to play.
Such an incredible year for women's college basketball. You better love that.
It does not get much bigger than this one.
This is not a moment. We are in a movement.
What an environment, what a scene you're watching.
We're experiencing something that you can't take for granted. Women's basketball is becoming the main event.
This is the place to be.
Oh, I seen Justice Young. Look, if you know, you know. not everybody knows.
I just feel like people can't wrap their head around too much greatness.
She wants to be the first WNBA player to have a Grammy.
Champion, know that I'm in it to win it a million.
I ain't gonna lie, that'd be tough. That'd be hard. You a WNBA player with a Grammy? I mean, yeah, she definitely gonna be the first because look, you ain't gonna see no WNBA players get in the booth in the studio.
I'm Superwoman. I can do
You
it.
know, it won't surprise me.
I'm 5'7". People like she's small and underestimate me.
Did she just say she's 5'7"? 5'7" what she be doing? I don't know about it. 5'7" barefooted.
In your face.
Nadal go after it, throws it over it to Miles.
Yeah, she's sweaty on defense. We know that.
To hear the crowd cheering for you, it's just the best feeling.
When I decided to transfer, it was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. There was a lot of hype around USC, but we're in LA. We want to be Showtime basketball.
Area fan possess.
Yeah, remember that Mississippi State game?
When the lights come on,
Do not stop. They cannot run with you.
your back against the wall.
Hey, decide if we want to get tough or crumble.
That's when the dogs come out. You got to be ready to play.
Kimmy. This gonna be good though. I ain't gonna lie. Cause again, this is, as I always say, this gives me an outside look at how these athletes live their lives outside of their respected sport. So like for Flau'jae and Hannah and Okiki, this gives me an idea of who they are outside of basketball. What do they do? Because I only see them on TV, so this is their basically day in the life outside of basketball. Paris, France. Oh, you know what? Remember the vlog, right? You remember Dominique's vlog? We just started reacting to her vlogs good. It was in Paris. Remember they had all these cameras like this, right? They had cameras like this. I was trying to figure out what that was about, but that was the last thing I was thinking was this. They were trying to like interview her. So it was for full court press. Ryan
That one's a little bit better. I haven't played a game since March. To like finally play basketball, first game with a new team.
got
My last year.
three. K9.
Super excited.
Where's K9 going? K9 hasn't picked a school yet. She might go to Notre Dame. Who knows? Juju on that beat.
The only thing that's in my mind is like
Nah, we
how
need Juju back
once
on the
of a
court. That video when she comes back is gonna be legendary.
lifetime this is. Like who else
Trust.
gets to play their first game of their college season in Paris?
That's a blessing. That's just crazy, ain't it?
What can you say in French?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Oikosola. Comment ça va?
What else?
Merci.
Bonjour. Merci.
You already said bonjour.
That's my favorite one to say is merci. Being in Paris, I love how like everyone just like walks with confidence. At least that's what it feels like to me, just to see all the fashion everywhere. I think my sister has always been very fashionable. Me, it really wasn't.
Okay, hold on. We unlocking new characters. Who is this? See, I don't see. This is what I don't want to do is like say people's name wrong, especially for my first time seeing them. Oh, Yinkan. Oh, Yinkan. That's Kiki's sister, Area Fan. Okay.
My junior year of high school, like I used to. Oh my gosh, I
Oh,
just grab a
Yinkan.
t-shirt and wear some pants. Like I really was like a tomboy. Like I didn't care. Oh, thank you so much. Merci.
Merci.
Yeah,
I just
you
was
know,
like a
she
little
just
bit
had
of a
to
late
hit the mall one time. That's it.
bloomer.
That one time in the mall changed everything.
I don't know who let you out. No, not at all. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like the color on this.
Yeah, this is like bright.
Yeah, I like the
That
brown.
is.
Yeah, my nails.
Can
my
she
home
fit
base.
that?
I think you should cop. That's
It's
cute.
even rock star, huh?
Yeah, that's cute.
I like this. I'm now obsessed with fashion. chic,
She's a
classy, little.
model. Look, chat. Once you a model, you really understand that fashion is everything.
That's cute. It's even rock star, huh? Yeah, that's cute. I like this. I'm now obsessed with fashion. Chic, classy, a little bougie. The first one's a little bit too tight. Yinks, come look. I'm coming.
Kiki, just put it back. Just put it back. You know you can't fit this. You remember that scene in White Chicks where they try to put which one was it? Marlon's character in them tight clothes, and he got to just busting through everything. Kiki, you gotta just go ahead and put it back. They don't have your size. Yeah, just not go for it.
Wait, I like it though. It's just a little too tight, but I love the color. I love the color but my arms are a little
Or
too
is this
big for
how it's
this one.
supposed to go?
It's cute though. It's like really it stands out. It's like a statement piece. I've always been the tallest, and at times I wasn't super confident with my height. Oh yeah, I like this one.
Why?
This one is.
That's what
funny.
makes Okiki
Like I was saying,
Okikiola.
when I want to show off my height, it's
Thank you.
cute.
Because you're a model. You're destined for this. What do you mean?
It gives me like big girl. Like it's giving I'm a grown woman. I like it too. It's cute. I like it.
Type.
So my full
Chanelly.
name, Okikiola.
We still waiting on that song to drop. Don't think just because you know you left USC, the song ain't gonna drop. We need that song to drop with the Chanelly
It gives me
from the
like big
vlog.
girl. Like it's giving I'm a grown woman. I like it too. It's cute. I like it. So my full name, Okikiola, it means famous wealth. So I'm Nigerian from Yoruba, the Yoruba tribe. I'm actually half
I'm
Yoruba.
gonna start saying that. I'm sorry I'm pausing too much. Oh my gosh, you pausing too much.
I like it too.
I'm just saying I gotta
I
get
like
this
it.
stuff off.
So my full
Because y'all
name,
look, y'all done slept on Kiki. I'm telling you.
Okikiola, it means famous wealth. So I'm
Her
Nigerian.
name is Famous Wealth. I'm gonna start saying that from now on. Famous Wealth Area fan. Tall, pretty, got tall legs, nice legs. Nigerian.
From Yoruba, the Yoruba tribe. I'm actually half Yoruba, half Edo, but my name is a Yoruba name.
Kiki is our oldest, and being the oldest, based on our culture, we're
Yemi.
supposed to lead by example. So sometimes I feel like she has a lot on her shoulder.
Kiki has always been like, I have not just like go to
Harrison.
school and just be okay. I have to be.
I was not expecting her dad's name to be Harrison. But you know what? It is what it
At the
is.
highest level, she will stay
Shout
there
out
till
to
the end to do her
Harrison, Area fan.
homework, and
Shout
that will
out to
tell you
him.
why Kiki's gonna be someone special.
Honestly, being Nigerian is kind of like a personality trait. Being Nigerian brings
See?
just so much.
I'm trying to see. This is what I be trying to tell y'all, bro. I know what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I said in the intro. Pretty. She tall. Nice legs. Model. Nigerian. She strong. Y'all really slept on Kiki like that? It's crazy.
Confidence, like we have a saying that Naija no they carry last. You want to strive to be the best in everything that you do.
Erie Offit is probably the best player in the country you have not heard enough of. She is spectacular tonight.
And she could hoop.
Her junior year at Stanford. I watched her.
Is that Lauren Betts? No. Hold on. Go back. I need to scan my environment. Hold on. Did I just see Lauren Betts on the screen? So Stanford was cheating. No. Stanford was cheating. Did they have Cameron Brink, Kiki Area Finn, and Lauren Betts on the same basketball team?
I watched her, and
Bro,
I knew she's special.
that's insane. I don't know why.
The mid-range, how she attacks open spaces, the back to the basket, able to finish, facing up. I said, she reminds me of Asia Wilson. Erie
Just got to give it a little time for her game to adjust to the pace and the physicality and the play style of the W. She's gonna be a problem right there with Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston, Kiki Area Finn is up there too.
I graduated from Stanford in 3 years with a degree in product design under mechanical engineering.
Like,
Getting my degree was the number one thing. So once I had that, it was really
bro,
like,
she is,
okay, Kiki,
hold
what
on.
do
She is literally towering
you with
over
a
them.
degree in product design under mechanical
I mean,
engineering?
she is 6'3", so I mean, with heels on, this gotta be 6'6", 6'7".
Getting my degree was the number one thing. So once I had that, it was really like, okay, Kiki, what do you want for yourself?
First, say to yourself what you would be.
Clarice, shout out Big C, Clarice, CC, got 3, AG,
Goals. You can say it. I want to be a champion.
is that
I want to be a
Rhea,
Big Ten champion. I want to be a national champion. I want to win tomorrow.
Kennedy,
But then
Coach Gottlieb, Talia, turn her TV off, Avery.
do what you have to do.
Transferring was probably the hardest decision I've ever had to make. I love Stanford. I've been here for 3 years. Why not stay one more year? But then I think there was so much opportunity coming to USC and, being back home in LA. And I'm like, I really want to win a national championship.
Dom Dollar,
I always knew
Dom
what
with
a
the
talent she
vlogs.
was. I knew she was the best player in the portal, and I knew she could be the difference for us of becoming a national championship contender or not. We should hear a voice on every pass. Yes, 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 I'm with you. Whatever it is, hear a voice on every pass.
I'm like expected to have like a leadership role, but I'm also like, I just got here. I want to understand how things work.
Titus.
She's got all the talent in the world. It's just about
Hey,
learning how to
Syracuse.
play with
Better see Dominique Darius get in the game. I know that. We will riot.
different players, and there's no
We'll
better
riot.
person to
Make sure she
tag
get in
team
the
with
game.
than Juju Watkins.
One of the incredible.
Yes. I'm trying to tell y'all, Juju.
It's just about
Juju is the closest thing to Kobe we have in a W.
learning
I'm,
how to play with different
bro,
players, and
trust
there's no
me.
better person to tag team with than Juju
Juju, like, bro, like that whole play is still stuck in my head, bro.
Watkins.
We need Juju back on the court.
One of the
That's
incredible
so tough.
young stars in women's college
That's just
basketball.
extremely
Juju
unfortunate.
coming off of scoring the most points ever in women's college
Dropped
basketball the first
50
year,
on Kiki and then
and then
recruited her to the
Kiki
team.
joining her for this unbelievable
That's
pick-and-roll
crazy, ain't it? Juju dropped 50 on Stanford just for Kiki to join the team.
inside
She
outside
was on
duo.
Stanford.
LA is the place to be.
There is a lot of hype around
I've been saying that.
USC.
You want to get paid? You want some money? Join Death Row.
This year it's like
USC.
win, win, win. Win regular season, win Big Ten championship, win the NCAA tournament. Like, it's just win. Leave everything on the court.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Flau'jae. She the leader at LSU now. It's her team. Big Four. Oh, your lab work. Lab work.
Alternate cross. Stay focused. Stay focused.
I ain't gonna lie, this shirt tough. This shirt is so tough. Let me tell you, I'm gonna put y'all on game. For those that don't understand what's on her shirt, this is a SpongeBob episode when Patrick was trying to get an award to compete with SpongeBob, right? So SpongeBob hooks Patrick up with a job at the Krusty Krab, and Patrick is like trying his hardest to get an award. So he's behind the counter answering the phone. And everybody is saying, "Is this the Krusty Krab?" And Patrick says, "No, this is Patrick." "Is this the Krusty Krab?" "No, this is Patrick." "No, this is Patrick." But let me put y'all on drip, right? Hear me out. Hear me out. If Flau'jae was to get a shirt that says, "Is this Flau'jae Johnson?" "No, this is the Big Four."
I don't like the word motivation no more.
"No. Is this Flau'jae Johnson?" "No, it's the Big Four." He right
Motivation
for
is
a
like
shirt.
speeding
Tough.
because it'll be there and you'll want to do everything in the world and then it
Gotta
leaves and
see the
you'll be
vision.
done. I like this.
What does it say?
discipline is something that you got to be like intentional about, and it's hard to do, and you never can like make it perfect or do it perfectly, but it's just something that you chase.
All the way.
If I get 3 workouts in every day, then I'm good.
Eyes. Beautiful. 3 more.
But as hard as I think I'm working, I don't think I'm working hard enough. So I got to just be more intentional, set more goals, just being disciplined in all things. I'm really
This
like
Puma
January,
headband is so
but
tough.
it's gonna be hard.
Because y'all know she signed with Puma. He's a
January's
Puma
gonna be even
athlete.
harder, and then we going into March. I'm ready to play in March.
She's a Puma athlete, so that headband's tough.
I just knew this is where I want to go. Like, this is where I could come here and do something special and really make a splash.
Rajay Johnson. The freshman of the year in the SEC.
Where'd she get this arm sleeve from? Y'all seen that?
What I remember most
I
about
have never seen it with an arm sleeve on.
Flajay
That's
Johnson's
crazy.
freshman year was she was really wise beyond her years and the timeliness with which she would step up.
Angel Reese, chat. All right, let's take a timeout. Let's take a halftime break. 'Cause I want to show y'all something. Right? I'm gonna move my camera out the way. Y'all all know who this is, right? Because we reacted to a few of his videos in the past. But for those that don't know who this guy on this side of the screen is So Illuminati, right? Like I said, we reacted to a few of his videos in the past channel. But for those that don't know who this is, he is a streamer, a YouTube content creator, and he talked about Angel Reese in their last game versus the Brazilian national team. Let's see what he had to say.
She gets so much hate. W or L for Angel Reese?
It's a 3-minute clip.
Hold on. Why niggas don't like Angel Reese so much? What did she do? Why grown men don't like her? Bro, she pretty as fuck, and she be balling. She's trash? What? Wait, you think Angel Reese is trash? What?
Let me tell y'all something, bro. So Illuminati for me, he's always gonna be in my Mount Rushmore for YouTube content creators because he he started an entire wave that will never go away of just random sayings. Like that's tough. Now, I'm pretty sure people have been always saying that's tough, but the way how he says it is different. Like he and all of that. He came up with that kind of stuff. Coming up with different badges, as we talked about earlier, with badges having, you know, different things that other people may not have, different attributes that he may not have. He's the one that originated saying stuff like that.
What?
No, I mean, he's in my Mount Rushmore of all
That's
time.
what I told you, nigga. Did I tell you? Most niggas don't do shit but watch Twitch, just chill, jack off, eat a little bit of snacks. They don't know nothing about real hooping.
See, that's the thing. He's too authentic. See, most of the stuff people be like, "Oh my gosh, why would he say that?"
Niggas don't do.
But with Soul Illuminati, he doesn't care. He just says what he want to say,
Thank you, nigga.
and he will face the repercussions
I tell
later.
you, most niggas don't do shit but watch Twitch, just chill, jack off, eat a little bit of snacks. They don't know nothing about real hooping. I'm telling you. Bro, how can you say a girl?
But his Twitch got packed up today, which is tough.
You base it off their potential. How is she trash? And my nigga, she's averaging a double-double, leading the WNBA and rebounds, all type of shit, with no bag. So imagine if she had one. Like, bro, she's a girl who played defense. She do everything that a coach would want, and she was a rookie. And she can't even, bro. I can't believe niggas really think Angel Reese is true. See, I ain't been on YouTube. I
Look,
ain't been on this internet.
I've been saying that for the last 8 months. Kiki, Angel Reese, and Aaliyah Boston. But we're gonna keep it Angel Reese right now, right? Once Angel Reese learns the WNBA, the pace, the physicality, gets veteran leadership. I always said if you get her in the gym with Asia Wilson, Angel Reese is going to be an issue to this league.
That shit, so I can't believe y'all really think
Once she really learns the WNBA, she's going to be an MVP
she
candidate.
trash.
She can win Most Improved Player.
Y'all not paying attention to the little shit. Like if I'm a scout, I'm like, bro, she's a horse. She grabbing all these boards. All we gotta do is work on her midi.
It's the last pause. When he says horse, cause know how y'all get y'all little sensitive. When he says horse, he means in a way of hustler. Like she's a hustler. She's nonstop getting rebounds, put back layups, stuff like that. But you know how it goes. So she can't even make layups. But she's a hustler.
I'm like, bro, she's a horse. She grabbing all these boards. All we gotta do is work on her midi. My nigga, if she averaging fucking a double-double with no moves, no animations, what's gonna happen when she learn that shit? And she gonna learn it.
Saying that for months.
Like, bro, let me see her highlights real quick.
Been saying that for
WNBA
months.
just started. Caitlin Clark didn't play today, so I ain't got no highlights for Caitlin Clark.
She really didn't play today. Lower leg injury.
Bro, her IQ up there with Brian and them, bro. She could hoop. I feel like Clark can hoop with some niggas. She ain't gonna be able to guard nobody, but she can go out there and play for the. She can play for the Pelicans. She can play for Charlotte right now. But bro, y'all be paying attention to bullshit. Y'all don't pay attention to potential. Bro, Angel Reese led the WNBA, broke the rebounding record, and did all type of shit. But y'all too focused on her missing layups. And remember, she was a rookie.
So she definitely, as they evolve into leaders for the
Look, she can push. Man, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Game is developing.
Well,
Y'all
I've
crazy.
had the pleasure of coaching at Baylor some Australians, but
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all in trouble. For y'all niggas that don't like Angel Reese, I ain't gonna lie. She might have a breakout year this year. And this her sophomore year. She might average like 15, 17 points and like 12 rebounds. It's gonna keep going up every year. I see the potential. I should start my own AAU league or something. I should really coach, bro, because I know potential.
the film room and how we
But yeah, that's what he had to say about Angel Reese. Let's get back into our movie night.
Obviously,
I
Angel
just
Reese
wanted to
was
bring that up for the people in the back that
straw
don't.
that stirred the drink.
Like how he said doesn't see potential. They just going off of missed layups.
They needed a big rebound.
Johnson, what an offensive rebound.
If they needed a shot because they just seemingly weren't falling.
It's a big
Whatever
fault.
it was that the team needed in that moment, Flage found a way to step up, especially when they were making their national championship run.
Iowa and LSU.
This was the game right here, chat, that started segregation. This game right here started WNBA segregation. Y'all only don't like Angel Reese because she said you can't see me from this one game. Look at Kimmy. Look at Kimmy. Shout out Kim Mulkey.
Knows the celebration is imminent.
I was just so wrapped up in emotion, and it was just a beautiful moment.
I remember her saying, "Coach, we did this my freshman year," and just tears.
That's
just
amazing.
flowing.
You don't really get too many of those
Down for the
opportunities,
greatest
those
LSU
blessings.
moments.
You get one in your freshman year. They almost beat them by dub in a championship game.
Being on that stage, just nothing.
17?
It's a different kind of adrenaline rush, and I love it.
Very few people get to say they're national champions. It's an elite company. And once you do it, you become a little greedy and you want more.
The rematch. A trip to the Final Four on the line. Guys up.
No, this game was crazy. Caitlin Clark was on that. She's more like Caitlin Clark is more like Luka Doncic. But y'all wanted to be like Michael Jordan or something. No. She just like Luka if Luka was in shape. And he stopped drinking beer. That's literally Caitlin Clark in the WNBA.
Hawkeyes are headed back to the Final Four.
We were so close to that Final Four, and we couldn't get there.
Now, Flau'jae has to be the leader and fill in that void that Angel Reese provided.
A full-fisted rejection from Angel Reese.
For Flau'jae, that leadership is the next step. Can she be that emotional leader, but also balanced enough to guide them through a season consistently? That's not easy.
Before, I didn't have to be the person that was doing all that. Now it's like on full display of what leadership has to look like.
It's facts. That's her team. You gotta show that leadership.
There's nothing like it. Anything under that championship as a failure.
She did say they try to. Who sends out the money for this? The NCAA. They try to fly out Flau'jae. They try to give Flau'jae money. They try to fly her out to be at the Final Four in Tampa this year. She said, "I'm not flying out here all the way to Tampa, where I'm supposed to be playing. You want me to sit here and watch them play and have me think in my mind I'm supposed to be here?" She said, "Absolutely not. I'm about to go and get in the booth or something. I'm not about to go to Tampa, Florida and watch y'all play when I'm supposed to be playing." Anyways, we're in South Bend, Indiana. With Hannah Cresson.
Jesus is relevant. If that type of mission and vision fires you up, high five a couple of people, tell them you look good, you look good.
My faith is my biggest thing in my life. Everything I do it for the Lord. He's the one that has blessed me with a gift, and I feel like the Lord pushes me every single day to want to be the best me, not just on the court, but even off the court.
God is good.
What you know about us bringing the Afro beats into Sunday morning?
For me, being a Christian is loving my neighbor and not going out to, parties when everyone else is doing, not smoking, not drinking, reading my Bible, going
That's
to
right.
church.
You be a leader and not a follower. That's
Just
right.
trying to live a faith-filled life. But a different side of me comes out when playing the game of basketball. When I step on the court, it's like this fiery Hannah.
Yeah, that's Hannah Hadogan. That's Hannah Street Fighter. Hannah Hidalgo on the court.
When I step on the court, it's like this fiery Hannah. Competition has always been within me.
This young lady can play. Confidence. Hannah.
It's all freshman year.
ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
Sweaty.
There were times where
Just sweaty.
Who is this kid?
You see what I'm saying? Even Andrea Carter said that. Like, who is this? Why is she playing like this?
There were times where I was like, who is this kid?
Folks, she's a freshman. Unbelievable talent.
In and out Hezzy is crazy.
Hannah's freshman year, just thrown into the fire, figure it out, lead the team, and she was fearless.
Hannah is the Tasmanian devil. Ferocious on
He's a
defense,
bully.
lightning quick,
Bulldog.
and in your face.
I have a lot of confidence, and I want to take the confidence away from my opponent. So I come out with a lot of aggression.
This was the game right here, chat. This was her breakout game. Whoa, no. Almost sold. Almost sold.
Balanced enough to guide them.
Almost sold the clip. Wow. That's why I have to stop pausing.
Hannah playing together.
I don't my opponent.
But yeah, this was the game right here that put her on the map.
So I come out with a lot of aggression.
There are certain people who are just built for
Very compassionate about her craft.
You know, it's funny. Like, we know that Hannah's not the tallest.
I don't know if Hannah knows that.
I told y'all, look, if Hannah was 6'2", it'd be an
She's
issue.
small, she can't do this, she can't do that, and people underestimate me. But, you know, it is what it is. I go out and nobody sees me coming.
Hannah's freshman year, Liv went down with an injury. Now, Olivia and Hannah playing together, something that women's basketball has never seen.
Miles. Olivia Miles. What a find.
Told y'all, bro, like, everybody was waiting to see what was gonna happen. With Hannah being as dominant as she is, with a playmaker like Olivia Miles that's gonna hit her with the hee hee. You know?
Hannah Hidalgo and
It
Olivia
was
Miles,
working though for a while till the end of the season.
women at Notre Dame.
Guard you. University of the Guards, Neil Ivy's one of them. Early 2000s.
It was a lot of chatter about how is this going to work. Two alpha dogs, alpha point guards.
Yes! Good pass! Yes! Foul! Hey, foul! Foul!
When you have two dominant ball handlers, it's like when you take one away.
I'm just saying, like, if I was one of these practice players, I'd be looking like Shea Gillius out
It's
here.
gonna be so hard for other
But
teams to
that's
guard
just
you.
me personally. Why they
The
going
way that they
crazy?
play alongside each other will be the most important thing. And now is the time where we'll get some answers.
Paris, France again.
Before every game, I
This
have
that game
peppermint,
versus Ole Miss, right?
and I literally inhale peppermint for like 2 minutes, but it like allows me to like be grounded, be present, and just like
Inhaling
focus on the game.
peppermint is crazy, but do what you gotta do to lock in. Dom Dollar, Dominique Darius,
In Paris,
and
France, the
Cece
Eiffel Tower
Clarice.
all lit up for a
Ole
terrific
Miss versus
matchup
USC,
to
November
kick
4th,
off our college
2024.
basketball season. Number 3 USC taking on number 20 Ole Miss. USC ranked in the top 3 for just the 3rd time in program history. The other 2 times they won national championships. Iria Finn puts it in, plus the foul. Iria Finn gets loose for 2. Here's Watkins. Watkins. Iria Finn lays it in. The Stanford
Dang, that's crazy. I remember this game like it was yesterday, too.
We all
Now she's in the WNBA.
elevated at what that would look like. That incredible 1-2 combo.
Juju turns the corner and lays
It's
it
like
in.
Kobe and Shaq.
And that lane was there for Juju Watkins because of
Like
the way
Shaq and
Area
Kobe
Finn
at
was
women's
pursuing her player, and
basketball.
that left the lane open.
But these things take time. And we saw that. Some growing pains through their first game.
Another turnover. I mean, that
Jacobs
is
is right on the ball handler. Like, it's just terrific, terrific defense.
21 turnovers now for USC. Juju gives it up. Von Olofsson trying to save it, only to Ole Miss. Madison Scott lays it in, and Ole Miss has the lead in this 4th. What a turnaround.
Listen, decide if we want to get tough or crumble.
Tied at 66. 21 seconds to go. Ole Miss trying out their first win against the top 3 opponent since 1996, and they don't
That
have
pass
anything
was crazy.
quickly. Off the steal, Iria Finn hammering it in, but a whistle, and USC will shoot free throws here. Iria Finn. Got them both. USC's lead is 2.
Juju. Her nose was, I think she got hit in the nose and her nose started bleeding. So they put like I don't know what those are, like little nose stoppers in her nostrils. She won't stop bleeding.
Inbound. Here's Maddie Scott. 3 seconds left. Todd Williams leading as it's stripped away, and that will do it. USC hangs on.
Locked in on defense, got a dub.
68 sweet 66 win in Paris.
I don't think we played the way that we wanted to at all. It was a grind. But I think in the fourth quarter, collectively as a team, we kind of just put our heads together and decided, do we want to have our first game be a loss or come out with a W?
Hello. Good to see you again, Lucio. A lot going on, I know, but it's all good.
Powerade commercial shoot.
Want to run through a quick check. If there's something that just doesn't feel right, or you just call it out. Like you are fully encouraged to do that.
I'm not
Flage's Flage's mom and manager. She has a momager.
None of this is like
Kia Brooks.
That's the thing. She got
Her
an
momager.
and she has a game tomorrow that we need her to produce in. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to
absolutely
limit some. Yeah.
That's a lot of what I share with Dez and our.
I'm not just Flage's mom. I'm Flage's manager, marketing agent, whatever you want to call it. I do it all.
This is also why there's a body double. And
I know that's right. I does it all. I does
That's a
this.
momager.
That's a see. That's a momager.
This is also why there's a body double and why they have to look identical.
Tell somebody.
That's a momager.
It's a momager.
I'm not worried.
Nobody gonna have your back like your mom. I'm not gonna get stuck in a contract, or I'm not gonna do this or do that. So I think that's the most important thing. I know I'm gonna be safe. She's trying to make sure it's 100% the best deal for me. Mama, so I'm throwing a party.
Ah! Nope.
Airbnb, not me.
Mom, come on. We're not gonna trash it.
Nothing's going under my name.
We're not gonna trash it.
That's a typical line. We're not gonna trash it.
Important thing. I know I'm gonna be safe. She's trying to make sure it's 100% the best deal.
We're not gonna trash the Airbnb. Good.
Flage has been telling me that she's gonna be a businesswoman and a mogul since she was a little girl. Then NIL hit, and here we are.
NIL changes people's life.
Negotiating multi-million-dollar brand deals.
Flage, sort of the embodiment of what the next generation.
Deja Kelly definitely has money. 100%. She bought a home. Not an apartment, an actual house with mortgage.
Outside of the sport.
She started her music career.
She really can rap. Y'all remember we was watching her rap on the channel not too long ago.
She's released 5.
And maybe it was a long time ago, but still. Yeah, she knows what she doing. She can rap. Collabing with Lil Wayne.
She's a rock star. We're building an empire brick by brick.
All right, so you're gonna be looking this way.
Okay.
Here we go. Let me know when camera speeds.
I know what it takes to hold that goal to be the greatest. I know what it takes to pull up AMG the latest. I know what it takes to keep on going.
She wants to be the first WNBA player to have a Grammy. And as a mother, you give them the resources to do so.
I can see it.
I just been feeling like people can't like wrap their head around what I do. I think it's like too much greatness. So people are just like, nah, it's not possible. But it's possible, and I'm making it happen.
She just says too much greatness. That's where they got the title of this video from. Too much greatness.
And where they embraced me doing both. Coach Smokey really took a chance on me, and I knew she was invested in it. We just both powerful women. She's passionate. I bring that passion. She bring that passion, and that enthusiasm just spills over into everything you do.
Flage just has this air about her of being ambitious, and I could only think if she's successful in both, who am I to take one or the other away from her?
Bahamas.
Trying not to worry about the game tomorrow, just trying to be still, listen to the wave crash. You know, busy people some people know it's like hard for you. It's like kind of scary for you to want to take a break, you know? 'Cause it's like I don't want nobody to be out working me and stuff like that. But my coach Bob always say, you know, you gotta always try to get rest, a lot of rest. But I even feel guilty resting right now because I know my brothers want to play with me, so I'll probably get up in like 5 minutes and play with them.
I
Did I kiss him before?
Yeah.
You want to see?
Yes.
He said, Said, why you even show us that?
Even though that's my
No.
sister, it's
No.
infatuated with her. It's like she's a superstar that they don't know because she's off to college.
He caught that.
No, he got Travis Kelsey hand.
Go.
Family is everything. Family is everything. That's just how my mama raised us, just to always be there for one another.
Basketball just taken me a lot of places. Growing up, my mom being a single mother, we didn't really go on a lot of trips. So now I'm able to take my family to places like this because of basketball, and it's great.
That money, that NIL paycheck kick in. Absolutely.
Good luck today. This is the Baja Mar Hoops Pink Flamingo Championship game featuring the 20th ranked NC State Wolfpack and the 7th ranked LSU Tigers.
Johnson zinging through traffic, and Johnson has her pocket picked.
Big So.
Johnson lost the dribble again.
Johnson just got to slow down a little bit.
Let's go, Bo! Oh, no! Gotta shake that!
I was turning the ball over, and like it just kind of just got me in my head.
Johnson out with 2 fouls right now.
Let's go, lady!
She's her own worst critic. She has a tendency to get down on herself, shrug her shoulders, have that sad look on
Perfectionist trait.
her face. But part of leadership
Got
is
it.
they have to know you don't have time to do all of that.
Noted.
I knew I was gonna have to be the leader this season, but I really didn't know what all that came with.
Come on, energy, baby!
It's like now I got all the weight on my shoulders. Man, I ain't gonna lie, it's hard.
Come on.
I got people over there needing my energy, so it's selfish if I disappear on them.
I came in at the end and kind of went crazy.
Let's go!
I was like, bro, if I wasn't mad, like I could have did that way earlier.
Stop playing! Stop playing with me!
Hit her with that infamous Flau'jae scoop over the head layup by 17.
We won the game, but I didn't play my best, and that just irritates me. Like, it grinds my gears.
Stop with the pouting, Flau'jae. You just
What was the score again? Was that 17?
You got to grow up.
Tigers win the
Yeah,
Baja Mar
17.
Hoops Pink Flamingo.
82-65.
You just won by almost 20, okay? You got to grow up. Okay, you got to grow up.
It was just irritating. It didn't go how I wanted to go. So
Find the good when you don't think you played up to your standards. And I'll tell all of you, your best on your worst days is good enough for me.
that's why now I've been working on just like mental toughness and
W Coach, W Kimmy.
playing through whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Your
Playing through
best
my
on your
shorts,
worst
laying
days is good enough for me.
Yeah.
LA.
Yep, Chris, with you. Yep, ball.
Kiki's a relatively new college basketball star. She's always been really talented, but her first 2 years at Stanford, she was a role player. Of course, last year she had an unbelievable year. We're saying, okay, now come in and be the All-American, be with Juju, and help get us to a national championship.
No, it's perfect. I love it. This is the reigning National Power Forward of the Year.
and the reigning national shooting guard of the year on the same roster. All right, we got to work on
I
the
remember
handshake
that.
over there, ladies.
I wanted to come to USC to play with Juju. Juju recruited me to come to USC so that we can like try to do something special here in
I'm
LA.
telling you, that's Shaq and Kobe. I already told y'all this, man. Like, look, if you want to get paid and you want to be successful and be great, you go to USC.
All right, we got to work on the
I'm telling
handshake
you.
over there, ladies.
I wanted to come to USC to play
Listen,
with Juju. Juju recruited me to come to USC so that we can like try to do something special here in LA.
I was reaching out to her as much as I could, and really throughout the process, I was just like, whatever you need from me, I'm here.
GM.
She was just kind of like, Kiki, like, I just want to win. And I was like, that's all I want as well.
Juju playing GM.
Made a lot of noise. How close do you feel like this team is to winning the whole thing?
Yeah, I really feel it this year like I have no other. Yeah, switch you.
Then G go over top the flare. Good.
We're both open to like any feedback. So she's like, oh, where do you want the pass? Where do you want this? I'm like, do you want that pass? Like, where do you want me to roll? Where do you want the screen? It's crazy because she's a superstar, but she's so humble.
Being together, I think that
Tight.
it solidifies the wins because we're just such competitors.
It's my last year. So this year it's like, make it past 216, make it past the Elite Eight, get to the Final Four, and then win the whole thing.
We all know how that turned out. Notre Dame versus USC. Thanksgiving
Going into USC,
that
I'm
weekend.
just calm and I'm confident. When Coach Ivy was telling us when we were
Backpack
practicing, when
tough.
we were getting ready to play them, like we're taking it one
Not a
day,
bait
every step at a
backpack.
time, every practice, we're building and
Hype
we're
beast
building it
backpack.
brick by brick. I don't want to get too high. I don't want to get too low. I'm just in this moment. We want to come out here. We want to prove ourselves that we can play with the best. We can beat the best.
Let's go. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be a heavyweight fight between two of the best teams in America. What a challenge. This is a great quote.
Facts.
It ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How was my quote on a 1 to 10? Pretty good, right?
Sylvester Stallone. That's a Stallone type of quote.
It's about how hard you can
Sylvester
get hit
quotes.
and keep moving forward.
Tracy
How was
Mills.
my quote on a 1 to 10? Pretty
Justice
good, right?
Young, Michael B.
Anyone know
Jordan.
who said that quote?
Stacks.
I think it was Adonis Creed.
Ah, see, this is why they lost. I understand it now. This is why they lost versus Notre Dame. They over there getting distracted. Michael B. Jordan's aura has now officially entered the locker room. They was over there stargazing, seeing Michael B. Jordan in the locker room. Like, yeah, gotta do it right there for you, chat. You see your celebrity crush in the locker room getting y'all distracted. It's just gonna be a whole room of Jordan pools.
I know it's a big one. About to do this? Can we bring it in? Let's do it. What do we got on 3?
Win on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Win!
Everybody in the circle cheesing. Look at peep how everybody is smiling in the room.
I know it's a big one. About to do this? Can we bring it in?
And they're blushing. That's crazy. They seen him in Black Panther and just didn't know how to act. Shout out Michael B. Jordan, man. Shout out Tracy Mills. It's my guy. And look at Notre Dame. You see the difference? That's why Notre Dame won. They was locked in. Indy is locked in to what Coach Ivy is telling them, and they got Michael B. Jordan and they locked. Like, yeah. They're not locked.
It's gonna be loud. It's sold out. It's gonna be hostile. We are like this. We are like this today for 40 minutes. We are together. We are locked. Irish on 3. 1, 2, 3. Irish.
Snoop.
This is the place to be on a Saturday afternoon. Snoop Dogg, Michael B. Jordan. Then you want to talk about the greats of the game, Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller,
Foundation for what we're seeing right here. A sold-out
USC
crowd.
legend.
And also,
Candace Parker,
can we give her her flowers?
top 5 player of all time in college, depending on who you
Dominate.
ask.
We know that we have the pieces that we should be dominating every single game.
Hannah loves the environment when it is
Orlando Hidalgo, Hannah's dad.
she's made for the bright lights.
Tamara Hidalgo, her mom.
Snoop is there in a Watkins jersey, you know, wearing all U.S. He just walked right through. And what I say that to say, like, look at what you all have done, right? There's a women's basketball thing going on. We're a huge part of it. Y'all wouldn't have come here if you didn't want this. But it's about winning and putting a product on the floor that we're all proud of.
I think it's amazing to have a top 10 matchup at the beginning of the season. I think Notre Dame's going to be a great test for us. They have great players. They have Hannah, they have Olivia.
They have Kiki, they have Juju, and they have all these phenomenal players. This is going to be the Super Bowl game. It's going to be super hyped up.
It was
So
when
it's
at
like,
Thanksgiving
it's just
time, I
trusting
came
each
back
other
home.
and
I was ready for this one, boy.
play.
I couldn't
These
wait.
are two of the more storied franchises in women's college
This is the game that Kennedy didn't play because she was hurt. Now, I don't know, depending on who you ask. Will the outcome of it different? Who
I think if anything,
knows?
it's just like, this is the peak of women's basketball right here.
Would the outcome have it been different if Kennedy played in this game? Who knows?
So it's our
Just
first
got to wait till
opportunity
next
really for
season to
both
see.
teams to face essentially their own weight class, their same weight class, if you will. Spoiler alert, Hannah comes out in fuego.
Hidalgo not afraid to attack the lane. She gets fired up by the crowd. It doesn't matter if she's home or away. Nice sit pass to Hidalgo under the rim. The vision from Miles. Boy, Notre Dame is really
It was
selling out
balling.
offensively.
They play like they wanted it.
I was all
East Coast versus West Coast basketball in a game.
My adrenaline was at an all-time high.
That 1-2 punch, Hidalgo and Miles. Miles, the anticipation. Cross-court pass.
If East Coast and West Coast basketball was a game, it would have been this one. Notre Dame came out like they wanted it. We don't care if we in LA.
They called the first time out.
We from Indiana.
And it was just like game over. Like, we're
We live
locked
in Indiana. The trenches of Indiana.
2 points. Area Fenn here at the elbow. Swipe away from Hidalgo. Trying to keep the possession alive for the Trojans. Stop and pop, but blocked by
Sony playing defense.
Irish are everywhere defensively this afternoon. Kiki Area Fenn, a lid on the bucket right now for the Trojans. This USC team is still figuring it out.
Now the whole team is basically gone.
USC is going through some growing pains. Area Fenn has not been effective.
Halftime.
The one thing I will say is there is not one person in here who should have one thought about what someone else ain't doing. Because none of us are doing what we asked us to do. None of us. So I need your mindsets right here to be like, figure it out together. That's what our mindset should be.
Kiki Area Fenn trying to get going off balance. It's a frustrating afternoon so far for Area Fenn. Just a
This is a tough game.
performance by Notre
Kay
Dame.
Corval looked like a brick wall out there. Liv was out there hooping.
Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles, best backcourt in the country, period.
They're kicking our ass.
This time, around this time, yeah. In the country.
Look like we're trying to fight.
Easily.
Become something. Do you understand?
And Hidalgo has been the best player on the floor on both ends of the floor. You cannot rest when she is anywhere around the basket.
Wait, did her helmet just come off?
On both ends of the floor. You cannot rest.
Yeah, that's how you know she was being sweaty. She was in there pinballing for the ball, headband that came off.
Relentless. It's the cat-like reflexes of Hannah Hidalgo. Pitch ahead pass to
Outlet pass with the finish.
undefeated on the season. Final score
Yeah, they did their due diligence. They did their job
61.
on the road. So they just flip
We
spots.
basically put the world on notice of how special this team can be.
Definitely.
I don't care about us losing, but they played like they was the number one team in the country, and they came in here and took your hearts, and we laid down and let them take.
Like this lady, she kept it all the way 100. See, this is stuff we don't see on TV. She kept it all the way
I don't care
100.
about us losing, but they played like they was the number one team
Willette, Wilnette.
in the country, and they came in here and took your hearts, and we laid down and let them take it. You go out there, and when people look at us, they gonna say, you know what USC is? They a bunch of powders.
I could have done so much more for my teammates. Like, I never liked to lose, but that one hurt super, super bad.
They all in y'all locker room, dancing.
Your relentlessness, your defensive energy, you came in ready. I knew it from the jump. Your energy was contagious for everybody. You raised the level of competition, so elite. So great job, and I know you're a big time player that steps on these type of stages. So great job from the.
She want to smile so bad. This validation. I said, go ahead and smile. You be one of the best teams in the country. One of the biggest games of the season. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Stanford versus LSU.
Stanford has made the trip to the banks of the Mississippi to face Kim Mulkey, her Tigers, and about 10,000 of their friends. We are ready. It's Aguera. Another three for Stanford, and it's all Cardinal right now, up by 13.
Stanford is a multi-time champion, but Stanford is not an NCAA tournament team this year. So there were questions with LSU when they start to struggle a little bit.
Right now, LSU trying to find a way to get closer to the basket, but Stanford's just packing in the lane right now, and losing the dribble is Johnson. And right now, it's all Cardinal. LSU is undefeated, but how good are they?
I mean, they're down, but with Flage, there was just no panic. There's just a confidence about her and a calmness about her that spreads to the team.
It is the ball pressure for LSU. That is the difference in this corner. You're seeing them up on players.
And a timeout is called. Louder and louder here at the PMAC.
This year, I have to be consistent. I have to be disciplined so that I could guide a whole team.
Inside all alone. Aguera with the layup.
This is a game LSU almost lost, right? Versus Stanford.
And they have executed.
And they are starting to head to the exits here at the PMAC.
40 seconds.
That game, I'm not sure how we made up the deficit.
5-point Stanford lead. Gilbert, tough three.
That's a tough shot. 2-point game with 17 seconds left.
You have to make the biggest play. It has to be the game-winning shot in order for your team to win. That's not the case when it comes to leadership. And watching Flage being able to step up defensively, that's the mentality that you have to be great.
LSU has to foul now.
Unless they get a steal right here. No timeout. Off of Harrio. Turnover. LSU ball. Williams on the turnaround. It's good. 4.3 to go.
12 Island.
Aguera. Dimitri. Boscana on the buzzer.
No way. Mind you, it was 40 seconds left. It was down 6. Now they going to overtime versus Stanford. Unranked Stanford. Now here come everybody coming back.
been quite
Beast to
the
beast to
offensive
12
showing.
Island, butter.
It's a three, and LSU has a lead. It's the largest lead of the night for LSU, and it comes in overtime. A comeback in Baton Rouge is complete.
6-point W.
I've been doing this 40 years, and that's going to go down as one of those games where how did we win that game?
What a thriller. LSU undefeated at 10-0.
Undefeated is great, but who have you played? Undefeated is nice, but you should be undefeated with a schedule like that.
See, that was my thing with LSU too. This schedule they had is nasty work. This schedule was nasty. Eastern Kentucky, Northwestern State, Charleston Southern, Murray State, Troy, Tulane, Washington, NC State, NC Central, and Stanford.
I need to see them against a tougher opponent.
See, and that's the thing. Like I've always said, we need to see more of these Notre Dame versus LSU or USC versus LSU or something like that. So you can really tell how good these teams are. When you play random generated NPC kind of teams, it's just like you're supposed to win all the games, as they say.
Let me see. Let me see Tito. Hi, Tito.
Where's the paparazzi? What are you eating?
How are you, buddy?
I'll be there for the next 3 games. Outside of that, everybody's coming. It can't be 3 in a row.
What can, no cap. We get 3 in a row.
Utah
4 days
with a
earlier,
monumental
oh, that was
upset
that
over
trip.
ranked Notre Dame, sending the
I
Irish
remember
to
this.
back-to-back losses here at
It
the
was in
Cayman Islands
Utah and
Classic.
TCU.
We gotta be mentally tough for them. We can't be casual.
We didn't handle business down in Caymans. I don't really think we
And they're
came,
crashing out.
prepared to play, very laxed. And, we ended up taking 2 losses to 2 teams who were, very disciplined, very well coached. But these are still losses that we shouldn't have. I've always hated losing more than I love winning.
A win for her is like, okay, I'm supposed to do this, and she goes on. But when she lose, there's times where she don't even want to see us.
When she was in high school, they lost the game.
Yeah, see, so she's just very compassionate about her future job as a WNBA player.
I was really worried. She had her hood. She wouldn't take her hood off. It was insane. On
Perfectionist.
the 4th day, I was really worried. She had her hood. She wouldn't take her
Wait,
hood
what
off.
happened?
They lost the game. She didn't talk for like 4 days. On the 4th day, I was really worried. She had her hood. She wouldn't take her hood off.
And she was depressed.
Insane.
My
Did she
family,
really
we
want to
are
win?
competitors. I have 3 older brothers, 1 younger brother. We compete with everything, video games and board games on the basketball court. We used to compete in who could finish their food first.
They're all very competitive. Hannah just took hers to a whole new level.
Hold on, no, hold on. Go back real quick. I need to scan something real quick.
Finish their food first.
Did she just two-hand
They're all
tomahawk?
very competitive. Hannah just took hers to a whole new level.
Chat, I'm telling y'all, if the WNBA and women's college lower the realm, you will see this more often. It's gonna mess up my shooting form. Yeah, just aim a little shorter.
We have a half
Aim
court
a
in our
little lower.
backyard.
You'll
And
be
my
alright.
dad was working us out. My dad used to always work us out in the backyard. My dad is a sports fanatic. He coached all my brothers growing up. He would always have me in the gym with the boys doing ball handling drills or with his AAU team. I was like, why am I with these boys? He would always have me in the gym with the boys doing ball handling drills or with his AU team.
Okay, you know, would agree.
I was like, why am I with these boys? But it definitely put the chip on my shoulder, definitely gave me that grit, that edge about me that I have now.
She always wants to be the best. She wants to be a champion. She knows that the only way she can get better is if you critique what she's doing wrong.
He coached me in high school. I never thought my dad was too hard on me. I always appreciated how he coached me because it wasn't no, daddy-daughter ball. Like, I'm going to push you. I'm going to be the hardest on you. I'm not going to let you get away with any mediocre play because I know who you are. I know who you could be. He really helped me have this high standard set for myself. It was frustrating to go from top 5 and then drop as low as we did. It was just like, can we compete with these top teams? I
TC was
know we
8-0.
proved it once against USC, but was that a fluke?
Texas and Notre Dame, a top 10 matchup. Notre Dame trying to snap a 2-game losing streak.
Having 2 back-to-back losses, that was tough. That was one of my probably hardest weeks of coaching. Our back was against the wall.
Here's Miles finding Hidalgo. Her 3 is good.
There was the pressure of not wanting to have a third loss.
Hidalgo dips free and lays it in.
But I always feel confident walking into the stadium because I know that Hannah's with us.
Harmon has it popped away. For to shoot. Hidalgo after it. Throws it over.
That pass was crazy. Over the head off the floor. Yeah, tough is that pass was tough.
She got on the floor and I was like, no way, she's gonna throw this. And she went whoop right behind her head and it worked. I was like, what the heck? This girl's crazy.
Hannah Hidalgo, more than any other player, wreaks havoc.
Hannah's different. She plays with this energy. She's going to run through a wall for you.
That shirt Neil has is tough.
Kind of got her
Neil Ivy has is tough. The Slam Magazine t-shirt.
Notre Dame is known for guards that love to steal the moment from you. They love to steal your joy.
Miles and Hidalgo live for these moments. Miles lays it in.
There's a fearlessness in their approach that makes them feel like they can slay giants.
Hidalgo out of 3. She just plays with such an infectious joy.
I feel like that should be bringing my team to victory. I think we went out and we showed that it wasn't just a fluke.
In a thrilling contest, Notre Dame hands Texas its first loss of the season.
Hannah Hidalgo, Kiki Iriafen, Flau'jae Johnson. These are women that play for legacy, that are unapologetic, that are badass hoopers. They are the rising generation. Their star power is only growing and growing. And now you can't not watch.
That was a good first episode. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end this episode right here. As soon as I click stop recording, I'm gonna go and click right back into recording episode 2. With that being said, I'm gonna end this one off here. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you do, so I really appreciate it. As I predicted, this video is pretty much the length of a movie, an hour 25. Hopefully the next one is shorter, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man.